This is the Sunday motivational video. Every Sunday we bring you a different type of video, which should improve your life today. We're looking at 15 things poor people waste money on. Welcome to BN University, the place where determination meets passion. Welcome to another exciting video on BN University channel. Today, we will be discussing some common mistakes that people make in their daily lives that prevent them from achieving financial success. We understand that this topic might be controversial and may not sit well with some viewers, but it's important to address these issues in order to help people improve their financial situation. We believe that many people don't have a clear understanding of where their money is going, and this video aims to shed some light on this issue. As you go through this list, we encourage you to reflect on your own spending habits and see if you're guilty of any of these wasteful spending practices. If you're new to our channel, please consider subscribing and following us on Facebook to stay updated on our latest content. So, without further ado, let's dive into the list of 15 things that poor people waste money on that holds them back in life. Number 1. Miracle diets, weird fitness products and teleshopping. One of the common mistakes that poor people make is falling for fad diets and expensive fitness products that promise quick and easy results. These products often make unrealistic promises, such as losing 50% of your weight in 3 weeks with a miracle tea, and are often promoted by young and attractive people on social media. However, it's important to remember that the super fit people in these ads are often personal trainers who work out 14 hours a day every day, which is not a realistic expectation for most people. Instead of wasting money on these products, it's important to take ownership of your fitness and to make sustainable changes to your lifestyle. The best way to get in shape is to be mindful of what you eat and to go for a walk or run regularly. This can be done without spending any money, and it's more effective than any product. The most important thing is to work on your mindset and to have the willpower to make changes. If you're struggling with this, consider seeking professional help. Number 2. Glam and beautification. One of the common mistakes that poor people make is spending a large amount of money on vanity and superficial things. It's not uncommon to see people who can't afford to fix their cars, but have expensive haircuts or manicures. This type of spending can be detrimental to one's financial well-being, as it is a form of instant gratification that doesn't add any real value to one's life. Instead of wasting money on these things, it's important to prioritize fixing the more important aspects of one's life. This can be seen in the difference between how wealthy people and those who are struggling financially spend their money. Rich people tend to have simple haircuts and don't spend much on vanity items. Successful women entrepreneurs also tend to be frugal with their spending and prioritize saving and investing their money. If you want to improve your financial situation, it's important to fix your life first, and then you'll be able to enjoy the luxuries with excess capital. Number 3. Games and in-app purchases. Another common mistake that poor people make is spending money on games and in-app purchases. According to statistics, 70% of Fortnite players spend money in the game, with the average amount spent being $84.67. Similarly, Candy Crush was making $3 million a day from people buying extra lives or other in-game items. The problem with this type of spending is not just the amount of money spent, but also the vast amount of time wasted on these games. A gamer can easily spend over 1,000 hours of gameplay in a year, which is a significant amount of time that could be spent on more productive activities. Additionally, the average wage of a gamer is over $20 per hour, meaning that if you consider yourself a gamer, you're potentially leaving $20,000 on the table by not factoring in the costs of purchasing the game, the console or system, and remaining in-game purchases. It's important to be mindful of how much time and money you're spending on games and in-app purchases, and to prioritize other areas of your life. Number 4. Food waste. Another common mistake that poor people make is wasting food. Many people buy more food than they actually need and end up throwing it away. According to statistics, the average person throws away 40% of the vegetables they purchase, 17% of their dairy products, and 14% of the meat. This can add up to a significant amount of money wasted, with the average American household wasting approximately $20,000 per year on food they throw away. Interestingly, the ratios of food waste seem to be about the same, regardless of whether someone is poor or middle class. but it has a greater impact on the financial situation of the poor. To avoid this, it's important to be mindful of how much food you're buying and to only purchase what you know you will consume. Number 5. Credit cards. One of the biggest mistakes that poor people make is using credit cards excessively. Credit cards can be a dangerous trap, as they can lead to a cycle of debt that is difficult to escape from. When you go into debt, you are essentially trading your future earning for instant gratification, which can be detrimental to your financial well-being. Poor people often use credit cards to purchase non-essential items and tend to max out their credit limits frequently. This can lead to a financial whirlwind that can be hard to escape. It's important to be mindful of your credit card usage and only use them when it's truly necessary. Number 6. Lucky charms or spiritual items. Another common mistake that poor people make is spending money on items that promise to bring them wealth or good luck, such as lucky charms or spiritual items. These items often come with a high price tag, yet they don't actually bring any real financial benefit. Instead of spending money on these items, it's important to focus on saving and investing your money. This will bring you closer to achieving financial stability. It's also important to be aware that there are organizations that prey on the less fortunate by selling them these items, claiming that they will bring them wealth or good luck. This is not true, and it's important to be mindful of these false promises and not fall for them. Number 7. Health. One of the most important but often overlooked areas where poor people waste money is on their health. Neglecting your health can lead to bigger and more costly problems down the road. For example, if you neglect to go to the dentist to fix a cavity, you may end up needing a more expensive implant later on. Similarly, if you don't pay for regular checkups, you may end up needing to be hospitalized. In the long run, it's cheaper to pay for regular doctor's visits than to pay for a funeral. Unfortunately, many less fortunate people believe that if they ignore their health issues, they will go away. But this is not the case, and it's important to be proactive about your health and not neglect it. Number 8. Impulse purchases. One of the common mistakes that poor people make is giving into impulse buying. People often buy things they don't actually need, such as multiple phone cases, kitchen appliances they only used once, and other unnecessary items. These items are often marketed to consumers and can be very tempting to buy. However, it's important to be able to distinguish between what you need and what you want. When you learn to do this, you'll be able to take control of your life. According to a study done in the UK, the average person will spend over £150,000 on impulse purchases in their lifetime, while the average American spends north of $5,000 per year. This is a significant amount of money that could be used to improve one's life in other ways. It's important to be mindful of your impulse spending and only buy what you truly need. Number 9. The latest tech. One of the common mistakes that poor people make is spending excessive amounts of money on the latest technology, such as smartphones or large flat-screen TVs. Even if they have the money to purchase these items, they may not be able to afford them in the long term. Instead of wasting money on these items, it's important to prioritize other areas of your life, such as household maintenance. Additionally, it's important to consider the life cycle of a product. People who take care of their belongings and use them for longer periods of time save money in the form of maintenance costs or the upfront cost of replacing it. Instead of constantly buying the latest tech, it's better to invest in durable and well-maintained items that will last longer. Number 10. Your taxes. Poor people tend to pay more taxes because they are not creating the same level of value in the marketplace as the wealthy. In the US, the rich have leveraged their wealth to create more value, and as a result, they are rewarded with lower taxes. This is one of the subjects covered in a previous video, 15 Things Poor People Get Wrong About Money, which can be found by clicking on the top right corner. It is surprising to see how happy people are when they receive a refund on their taxes. But it's important to remember that this is your money that the government is giving back to you. Additionally, the money doesn't earn any interest while it's with the government. If you were smart with your money, you could be holding more of it in your hand than you currently are, instead of giving it away to the government for free. Number 11. Gambling. One of the most common mistakes that poor people make is spending money on gambling activities, such as scratch tickets, slot machines, and casinos. They often dream of winning big, but the reality is that gambling is a losing proposition for most people. According to statistics, the average person in Australia loses just under $1,000 per year to gambling, and 70% of the UK population plays the lottery on a regular basis. A 2012 study at Yale University found that those in the lowest fifth in terms of socioeconomic status had the highest rate of lottery gambling, at 61%, and the highest mean level of days gambled in the last year, at 26.1 days. Gambling is not a way to make money, it's a way to lose it. Instead of wasting money on gambling, it's important to invest in more productive activities that will lead to long-term financial stability. Number 12. Smoking and vaping. Another common mistake that poor people make is spending money on smoking and vaping, which can be a costly habit. The average pack of cigarettes costs $6.28, which means a pack-a-day habit can set you back $188 per month or $2,292 per year. Over a period of 10 years, smoking can cost up to $22,920. Unfortunately, many people who gamble also tend to develop addictions to smoking or vaping. According to statistics, there are roughly 1.1 billion people smoking in the world, which means that 1 in 7 people is a smoker. Vaping is becoming increasingly popular, with companies seeing higher profits than ever before. If you're looking to quit smoking and improve your health, a popular self-help book that has helped many people quit smoking is Allen Carr's Easy Way to Stop Smoking, which has sold over 20 million copies worldwide and is a #1 bestseller in 9 European countries. And it outsells all other quit smoking titles combined. If you're looking for an audiobook, you can get the free audiobook by going to Elax.com free book and signing up thanks to our friends at Audible. Number 13. Your bank. Another mistake that poor people make is not being mindful of the costs associated with their bank account. Banks often charge commission for depositing and withdrawing money, and the interest rates on savings accounts are often not high enough to keep up with inflation. This means that keeping money in the bank and not investing it can actually cost you money in the long term. With the economy constantly changing and society shifting quickly, traditional advice about saving money may no longer apply. This is why it is recommended to read the book, Money Master the Game, as it provides an alternative approach to managing your money and investing it wisely, rather than relying solely on traditional banking methods. Number 14. Balling at the club. One of the common mistakes that poor people make is spending excessive amounts of money on nights out at the club, such as buying expensive drinks and bottles. While it may feel good to show off and be the center of attention for a few hours, it can be detrimental to one's financial well-being in the long run. Many people end up going back to their low-wage jobs for another full month, just to be able to afford to do it again. It's important to remember that throwing money around at the club doesn't make you a boss. It's just a temporary feeling that doesn't lead to any real financial stability. The real bosses are those who monetize their efforts and invest their money wisely. There's an old saying among the wealthy that goes like this: I never see you at the club and I never see you at the bank. This is because the truly successful people are focusing on their finances and building wealth, rather than wasting money on temporary luxuries. Number 15. Donations. This topic may be controversial, but the truth is, when you donate money to a cause, that money doesn't always go directly to those in need. Instead, it often goes towards paying the salaries of those involved with the charity organization. Charities can be viewed as a scam as they often prey on the poor, making them feel the need to support other poor individuals without fully understanding the impact of their donations. For example, on average, the general manager of a charity or the head of the organization earns around $250,000 per year in salary paid by the charity. This is just an average of the top 100 charity organizations in the UK, and similar numbers can be found in other countries. Additionally, about 35% of the money donated to charity is often reinvested in fundraising efforts for the charity, creating a never-ending cycle. Instead of making large donations, it may be more effective to purchase goods for a local shelter or finding ways to create opportunities for those in need. The old adage, teach a man to fish rather than giving him a fish, applies here. Hopefully, this video has been a wake-up call for many viewers. Share your thoughts on where people tend to waste money the most in the comments section. And as a thank you for watching until the end, here's a bonus fact. Number 16. The emphasis on appearance over substance. We discussed this topic previously when we mentioned the importance of learning it until you earn it, instead of fake it until you make it. Consider two individuals given $2,000 each. One person chooses to spend $800 on a night out at a club, posting pictures on social media to give the impression of wealth. The other person opts to invest their money and earns a 10% return, bringing their total to $2,200. In the end, one person appears to be doing well, while the other is actually increasing their wealth. The goal should be to truly be wealthy, not just to appear wealthy. Decisions should always be made with the intention of growth and progress. If you are currently considering ways to improve your current situation, take a moment to reflect on the word grow. It serves as a reminder that change is necessary in your life. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also hand-pick these videos which we recommend you watch next. Thank you for being an eBirds and for being a loyal eBirds. And before we end the video, we would invite you to take our online course, as it is one of the best ways to learn skills that can actually make you rich. See you tomorrow.